Hey guys, I'll be going to the range with my Ruger 1022. I'll be going through some things now, just a little context for the video. I'm not super focused on accuracy of the rifle or the ammo. I just want to make sure it all cycles through the rifle without any issues. Be 500 rounds. I might not go through all of the ammo. If there's any stoppages, I'll record it then and say how many rounds I've been through. So far, I put 200 rounds to the rifle. I just cleaned it. Not the barrel, but the action on the inside, so all that, it's good. It's lubed. It should be good to go. 500 rounds of 40 grain Eley. This isn't their club. They have other quality and different, match ammo, but this is more affordable, like $7 to $8 a box. And shooting this through the BX 25 round magazines, and everyone has their preference over this or the 10 rounders. But if this is like something I would want in any situation, I would obviously, like, more ammo is better. The 10 rounds more compact. My only issue with the 10 rounder is just for reloading. So again, not like a real demonstration, but just this one, you obviously know which way that's forward. It goes in, and you're good to go. With the 10 rounder, and this is something I've done at the range with literally no stress, there is a little tab on the back here that's supposed to guide you as far as that's forward, how you feed it in. Under stress, I have the possibility of feeding it backwards because it goes in 90% of the way, then it gets stuck there, then, I've messed up. For essentially reloading, for taking this one out, like right there, it didn't want to come out when I hit the release, and that is minor issues because there's nothing to grab on to take it off, which that's a big plus for the range. Nothing for this to snag on. You can shoot off the bench rest, no issue. Just little reloading stuff. There's also 15 rounders, so again, just a little nub right there, easy to reload. I stick with the Ruger branded magazines. I've tried other ones that are clear with mixed results as far as them working or not working. That's more to do with the spring and the follower than the actual construction of the magazine. But again, for reliability's sake, sticking with the same ammo, same magazines, being the Ruger 24 rounders. I have two new ones and one that's a bit older. Tell by the wear, the black score marks there. This one's a bit dirtier. I'll stick with these two, and we'll go from there. For other Ruger stuff that I have, this is like, again, mixed reviews as far as this. This adds more weight, and this has, like, for the fit and finish, a little bit different as far as how it lines up. So, little stuff. But yeah, reloading with 24 rounders, no issue. It's all good and fun. For the target, now, this is, it's not an issue. It's not a huge issue in my life. It's just some places, some ranges, they don't want you bringing humanoid targets there, which is fine. Whatever, they arrange their rules in place. I typically just bring, like, essentially targets that would represent like a torso. This is good for small game. Like, as far as targeting, I could do different groups on this side. But this, like, squirrel right here, that is torso side. If I have this 100 yards and they're all on target, then all right, torso sides, they're all on target 100 yards. It's really no difference. I have a separate section where you can rapid fire, and that's where I'll be going through most of the ammo there and practicing reloads and all that. Bare bones, just the rifle and the sling, and it should be good. It should all run reliably. And this will be the only 22 I'm bringing. I'm bringing other firearms also, making different videos and shooting other guns, but this is the focus of this video, just if it cycles correctly. Trap. Right to the left. Or to the right. Good. Stick a little bit. Right now we're in. So, 100 yards, Ruger 1022. That skull represents a torso-sized target, and yeah, it's pretty fucked up. Yeah. So shooting standing up, but mind you, I'm telling you, like, put enough rounds on range, some of them are gonna find their place. Yep.
Faster, Saul, faster, faster, they're coming.
Now here's the fun part. We load in the amount of ammo. We just do some in there. It could be 10, it could be 5. You don't know. Go ahead and start shooting. All right, now you need to get the rake and bring back that magazine. Pretty nice.
Here you go, bud.
Wow.
You're welcome. Get a better picture, and then you move right next to me.
Back here! Alright, back from the range. Ruger 1022 was accurate enough, reliable, only had one hang up when feeding one of the 25 rounds magazines, just had one hang up, didn't feed that round. Besides that, no issue for the 500 rounds. I could probably put another 500 before I see any issues from the buildup. And it was good, it was fun. Now, we're just talking about reloading now, because again, for self-defense, this is the primary role of every firearm. I think this is an okay option. Not my first pick. We're discussing if you had this with you, right? 25 rounders. Why? Because I said this in the start of the video, but I'll go over again. Right? Now it's loaded. When I hit the release, they don't always want to fall out of place. That's issue.
Plus, when you try to load it.
Issue 1. Now, for loading under stress, if I feed the wrong way, because the little tab, I'm not paying attention, it goes in 90% of the way. It's like, oh, I've messed up. Little stuff. That's why I picked the 24 rounders. And then again, at the range, the ammo and the magazines were reliable. Going with one. Now, you can go with your reload style. I showed the people early in the video. We'll go again. So here, it is bang, bang, bang. From the pocket, I have the magazine. I'm over the trigger guard. And also, like, for the stock, I'm bringing it underneath my arm. So it's stable. Little stuff. And when I'm going over, I'm visually checking the chamber.
The idea is I want to try and retain my mags because sometimes they're not totally empty. You want to be able to like switch off and go back. I'm in, I'm shooting, it's time to reload. And I want to try and do like an AK reload. So I'm going to grab my other mag first, going to come in, and I'm going to strip out that one, load in that one, throw that one in my pocket. And this extra time that I have this one in my hand, this half loaded one, that doesn't matter. This is fully charged. So I see a bad guy, drop, go. And it ends the same way as his, but before that happens, I can still pocket this guy. I'm still scanning, looking around. Where's the bad guy? Where is he? All right, now I have 15 rounds in my pocket, 25 back in the gun, and I'm ready to go with about 40 rounds instead of only 25. But I will say that one requires practice. These mags are dummy thick.
Let's see it full speed.
These mags are dummy thick.
Full speed, Ray.
Hold on. These mags are dummy thick with 2 C's, so they're a little bit more difficult to do that. You definitely need to practice with this a bit more. Plus, if you have them side by side, since they're so thick, it makes it a little bit more difficult to try and like angle them inwards. So you would need to practice this reload, but that's free. That's literally just you. Yours, Saul's, is definitely a lot easier to just go shaky, shaky, sticky, sticky, Go.
You didn't charge it. Oh, you still had one of the. You still had one.
I still had one in the chamber.
Oh.
I'm going off of a partial reload. Obviously, if the magazine is empty, there's no reason to retain it, so just do whatever.
Okay, now go ahead.
In fact, you could even, like...
All right, now do your way, full speed.
All right, so...
Already loaded. 20, you don't need to...
I jumped out of bed, I threw in my magazine, I'm going, and then it's... oh, God, time to reload. It's time to reload. Scanning. All right, I'm back in it.
It is, okay, I'm in bed. Da-da-da. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang. And then, hypothetically, if I didn't use all the rounds in that magazine, and I
now you gotta run back, slide across your kitchen floor, find the mag, unload the...
If I still had one in the chamber, all that would happen was the loaded shell gets spit out, and I still have 25 to go. And then, mind you, Ray, I could have 2 magazines in my pocket.
Or you could have a chest rig with like a billion magazines. There's a ton of different ways, but I'm just saying there's more options, and I want to enforce that yours is simpler, yours is easier, and I don't hate yours. Yours is probably what I would suggest most people like start with first, because that entire cycle is easily doable for, say, if you ran it dry. Like if you're going bang, 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 click, and then you're out of ammo, drop the mag, who cares? Or you can do a modified version of mine where it's...
All this to say, this is still this is still a viable option.
And then you come up and do that. And it's like, I'm just saying, you have options.
We can get into
plan about it.
We can get into ballistics. We can get into penetration, and we're like using hollow points or full metal jacket. Me personally, with 22LR, I would stick with full metal jacket because that'd give me a better chance of it cycling and be more reliable. Not all hollow point works well through Ruger 1022. And not to say like, oh, if I use CCI Stingers only, then I'm not saying I've had good experience with those, but that's not 100%. I'd rather just stay with the full metal jacket.
I've had duds with those.
Yeah, make sure the round nose feeds properly, little stuff. Because essentially, am I expecting the fight to be over in 1 round? 1 center of mass, nervous system, and he's down with 22LR? No, but film with 15, yeah. So again, a viable option, affordable asterisk, because you can find something like 200, 220 bucks, and this one was 300 because it's the nicer finish, nicer wood with checkering, but little stuff. You can essentially have this with magazines, ammo, the sling, 400 to 500 bucks.
So, if we're going to talk about upgrades for a second.
Oh, well.
First thing.
Large controls.
And large controls, because half the fight is this guy right here, and you have that one where it has underneath the trigger guard.
I have one that wraps like, underneath the trigger guard, so essentially that's why I'm more used to just dropping it and not grabbing, because it's like the release I have is one that wraps over the trigger guard, it loops right back here, which yes, the argument can be made like, all right, can you actually knock your magazine out? Yes, running around doing other stuff. It's possible. Have I done it at the range? No, but at the same time, I'm not running around doing stuff. Same thing for the charging handle. Having a slightly larger one.
Like maybe one that's like a knob with some knurling. Yeah. It's
little stuff that's not expensive, mind you. Like the both extended controls could be $30 total.
The OEM parts, those are going to be so great. This is plastic. This is plastic. Yeah. If I change it out with something else that's also plastic.
Or just steel or whatever.
In fact, if you go with something that's steel and you spend $20 for your part, it's like, it's in every way better.
If it goes in the skull, it's going to go in the skull, in the brain, and it'll be one and done. You have 25.
There are plenty of tales of people being shot in the head with 22LR from point blank and surviving.
Yes.
There are also plenty of tales of people being shot in the face with 22LR and dying.
Yeah.
And if we're going off of, well, if you shoot them 1 time, your odds are very low. But if you shoot them 25 times, your odds are pretty good. And since this is a semi-automatic instead of a lever action or a bolt action, you know, you can really, like, tap and go.
Yeah. Reliability and durability. I think the receiver and all that hold up fine. As far as why I have wood over synthetic, it's like just personal preference. If I want something that'll hold up better in all conditions, I go with something synthetic, which again,
Which
Ruger
the
1022
stainless steel finish with a synthetic stock,
Yeah.
that would probably be like the most
now,
durable.
if I want to switch this out, it's literally one screw. It comes off the receiver. This slides off, and I can throw whatever on.
And then it's literally just a pin that you pop out with a punch.
And there are a bunch of aftermarket stocks, so I don't want to get into like, oh, this is the best in particular. No, I like the look. And that's basically all I'm going for. It's just...
Honestly, this one's aesthetic is probably the nicest. Like, it's so beautiful.
Well, let me just show it next to, like, to close out the video. Hold on.
Which, here's the reason why he got this. Because it looks exactly like that.
Close enough. It looks cool.
It's really cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Which,
it's
yeah,
really
that is about it. The whole point of this video is, like, this is a viable option.
Is it the best option?
This usually sits on my bedside anyways. So it's like, hey, I already have these loaded up, which these are all my range magazines, and they're not expensive by any means. Like, you can have a few of them. Are these built to last forever and ever? No, but I would argue no magazine is. So essentially, I leave some loaded, and above the night, I have this. Does this
you reach to your above your bed gun rack?
Yeah.
Pull down your Ruger 1022.
Well, all I'm saying is, like, look, this doesn't have a light. Is this the optimal build ever? No. Like, even within other 22s, I still prefer the Winchester Wildcat because there's a little Picatinny rail. I can have light up front, which I already have lights that are literally one click away from mounting onto there.
That little Picatinny rail, and then you just give it a push from the side. That would be perfect. A flashlight like that, or even maybe that flashlight, would be perfect. And you can make the argument, I can turn on my lights. I have a flashlight, but it's like...
I'm saying endless... I'm saying...
Everything that works in my favor, I want it.
I'm saying endless debates. I'm saying bare bones rifle, it still gets the job done.
Yes.
That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Ruger 1022 would still recommend. Is it the ultimate 22 LR rifle out there? No, it's not what I'm arguing for. I'm saying it's good. And you can upgrade it and make it even better. Can it be perfect? No, I think it still has its quirks. Like, as far as the actual trigger being garbage. As far as, oh, the way you set in the screw in, if you over-tighten it, you kind of pinch the barrel, and oh, it's not as accurate as it can be. Go out there. It's not perfect in that regard. Oh, well, okay, there's a balance to all things. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching.
Have a nice day.